Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony, and be sure to like and subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Mexico. Currently, I'm in Texas, but while I was down in South Texas, I got a chance to explore Mexico 4 times. So I want to give you my pros and cons, maybe to convince you to go, or maybe to convince you not to go. You never know. Some things I say they're off the cuff, so no telling what direction we're going to go. But anyway, so come along with us while we explore this just a little bit more. I'll tell you directly just exactly what I thought about Mexico, because you just entered the Coolest Life Mexico edition. So while I was down in South Texas, I tell you about my experience first, exactly what we did. And I say we because I went with more than one person. One time we went to a town called Nuevo Progreso. Actually, all 4 times we went there, but one time I went with 4 people. I think I went with my wife once, and I went with myself, and then I went with another group of people. So I've been there 4 times, which isn't a lot if you think about it. But I didn't just go down there. I was there 20 minutes and left. I did lots of different things while I was there. Why do people go down there in the first place? As soon as you get down there, you cross the bridge. And there's 2 ways to cross the bridge. One, you can park on the American side and walk across. And then you pay $1 to get across. It's $1. Yeah, it's $1. You pay 30 cents to get back. Anyway, so that's something you need to know. They got places there to make change. They do take dollars and credit cards and everything else. Not all of them. Not all places you stop at are going to take. Some of the larger shops are going to take credit cards. And I kind of feel a little more safe with those. What they tell me is the area is patrolled by the cartel. And they're dressed in police uniforms and everything. They say it's partially is... the government does provide some security down there, but not all of it. Some of it is provided by the cartel. And here's why. They don't want a bunch of robbers and thieves coming down there stealing from Americans. And the reason for this is they want the Americans to come across the bridge, Americans and Canadians and whoever. They want them to come across the bridge. They want them to spend money. Well, if they get a reputation of people getting mugged and everything like that, then it could hurt business. And they've seen it happen before. So they don't want that to happen. It hasn't happened in many, many years. So they do a good job of that. There's a lot of street hustlers trying to sell you hats and window blinds for your car, just all kinds of things. They're holding them up and they're coming at you with them. Some places in Mexico you see a group of kids, like 10 or 12, and they all got their hands out. No, it's not like that. It's normally people trying to sell you something. They've got beads and bracelets and macrame stuff and just all kinds of, anyway. And there's also little shops you can go into that have a lot more things that are knockoffs, Ray-Bans. Oh, in fact, I got a pair right here. See those? I got these in Mexico. They even say Ray-Ban on them. Look at that. That's genuine, right? No, these are not. These are not genuine Ray-Bans, I assure you. But that's what they say on them. They say Ray-Ban right there. You can probably see that. So I wear these sometimes. I actually got another pair of these, a little different. Their wood's not quite as thick, but these are actually pretty good. They're not wobbly or anything. So I kind of like that about them. Anyway, so you can get stuff like that. Another one of the big things that you go over there for is medical. Now, why would you go for medical? Well, the people over there, the dentists and doctors and people like that, mostly I would say it's pharmacy and dental is what most people go over there for. Some chiropractic and different things like that. And the reason that they can get dental over there so much cheaper is insurance. Yeah, insurance is the problem. Insurance is the problem because here in the U.S., prices have gone up so much because of malpractice insurance, and doctors in the U.S. need malpractice insurance and have to have malpractice insurance by law. They don't have that down there. So what happens if you get someone really messes up your teeth when you do something, try to sue them. You can't sue them through a court of law, especially not from being a U.S. citizen. It's impossible. So that's kind of their benefit, is they don't carry that major malpractice insurance. But however, they pass that savings on to the customer. So you as the customer are going to get that huge savings that you're not going to have to pay. For example, I got this tooth right here. I got this capped. It was really short, and I got it capped. And it cost me $85. Yeah, it cost me $85. And this was a plaster cap. It wasn't a hard porcelain cap. This is a plaster cap. So it may wear out on me, but luckily for me, I'm going to be down in Yuma and in about a year, so we'll see how it works. If it doesn't work very well, I'll go over to Yuma across the border there, which from what I gather has got the same kind of setup as they have in Nuevo Progreso. So I got that tooth cap. The other thing I did the last time I was there, I bought some things, and one of the things I bought was staying on dental. One of the things I got was I got teeth cleaning. Teeth clean, $35. I know some of you say, well, my teeth clean free from my insurance. No insurance. Zero. Didn't have to pay anything for insurance. Okay. So zero. And $35. So you could afford to get the teeth cleaning about once a month if you wanted one. They did a really good job too. They did everything exactly. It felt just like my, there's a deer. It felt just like the regular teeth cleaning that I always get, which is they scrape a lot behind these front teeth from drinking sodas and stuff like that. I get plaque buildup. The other thing I got there was a box of Cohiba cigars. Small box, about this big. You don't have to pay a tariff on cigars, but you do on cigarettes, which is strange. So you pay that on your way back out. Cigarettes and alcohol is you pay a tariff for. I think it's a tariff. That's what they call it. So anyway, you have to do that, and it's not much. It's I think it's 14%, something like that. So anyway, I got that, and you can get like candy bars, Mexico candy bars. I can get a box like this of small candy bars for like $3. So it's little things like that that you can get there so much cheaper, and they've got all kinds of trinkets and hats and boots and leather goods, and a lot of that is comparable to the U.S. prices, if not a little less, maybe 20% less, no matter where you're going to find them. So, and you can find name brands. You can find Tony Lama boots and everything else down there. So, also on the streets there are some open bars, because you can open container all over Nuevo Progreso. Did I feel safe with the cartel there? And the regular police there? Yeah, I felt pretty safe down on the main drag, which is about 5 blocks, which is plenty enough walking, I assure you. So it's about 5 blocks in, and most everything that you need is within 2 blocks. You're talking about your dentist and your restaurants and everything. So you can go all the way off to the side roads. Looked a little sketchy, and it's only real sketchy because there are a lot less regulations there as far as buildings, as far as what you can have on the streets, and it gives you an idea that we always talk about U.S. regulations on things and all that stuff, that it's bad, and we don't regulate this, regulate that. But when you go down to a place like Nuevo Progreso, you understand why we have regulations like we do, because let me tell you, some of their buildings, you go out on the balcony and there's nothing but power lines that you see hanging. I mean, it's crazy. Power lines, telephone lines, and I say a balcony, like a restaurant. Some restaurants are a second story, they got a balcony, and you can almost reach out and touch them, and they're power lines. So it's like, this isn't exactly safe, is it? No, it's not. But it's because they don't have regulations and ordinances to make sure people take care of those things when they do the installs. And the streets are the same way. You really got to watch your step, even on the main sidewalks. It's just it's a little hazardous. As long as you watch what you're doing, you're fine. Most people don't have a problem, but they'll do this and they'll do this, and this is the sidewalks, not the main roads. Sometimes I walk out, I go over to the main roads, which has got cars parked on both sides, and I'll walk behind all the cars just so I don't have to deal with all the hustlers. Oh, please, pharmacy, Medicare, pedicure, just get all that done. Speaking of Medicare, pedicure, manicures are going to run you $10. They don't expect a tip because they're already making their money there. Pedicures the same way. Haircuts are you get them for $5 or you can get them for $10. So, and again, they don't expect a tip, but when you do give a tip, like I think I paid, I was down there a few months ago, as you probably can't tell. I got a haircut and it was $10 and I tipped him $5, and the guy was crazy. And he straight razored everything and put that all smell good stuff all over you, and really, I mean, he was almost overly attentive. But he was real careful about doing the straight raising, making that line just right. So it was pretty cool. So as I wrap up this video, was it worth it? Will I go back? If I'm in the area, yeah, I'll go back. I don't have any problem at all going back. I'm not going off the beaten path. I'm not going down those little alleyways. In fact, one guy came up to me. He said, I put this on my other video. He said, he goes, pharmacy, haircut, you need hookers? I was like, no thanks. So that was pretty interesting. So yeah, you can get just about anything down there, to include the wacky weed if you wanted to get some down there. It's legal there. But they don't do that on the main street. You're not going to smell any of that. There's no hookah bars. There are places that you can buy little pipes and stuff if you're interested in that sort of thing. But it's not blatantly in your face like you would think of a place that makes it legal. But it's pretty discreet. I'm definitely going to go back to Mexico again for my dental cleaning, because it'll be about a year. So I'll definitely go down there and get one when I'm in Yuma. But would I ever live there? Absolutely not. Would I take my RV down there? Nope. Not going to happen. I see people do that. I ain't doing it. In fact, the Mexicans, the people from Mexico that are in Texas that I talk to, and I say, hey, what do you think about someone taking their RV across there? And they just look at me like, no. He says, I speak fluent Spanish, and there is no way I would take my RV down there. I'm just saying. It's just not quite that safe, especially between major cities. You can fly into major cities like you can in Cancun, but you don't travel from Texas to Cancun on a motorcycle or a car. You just don't. It's not safe. They don't have highway patrol there like they do in the U.S. Just a thought. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm glad I got a chance to get some of this stuff off my chest about Mexico. Because I would think about making this video for some time now, but having been there 4 times, I thought I'm a little more seasoned, although not the know-all be-all, but a little more seasoned. It wasn't just one visit I'm telling you about. But anyway, I'll let you go. Be sure to like and subscribe, and tell your friends about this video. If they're considering going to Mexico, let them watch this video, because you are now leaving the coolest life, Mexico edition.